I'm here with Sean LaValle, the Vice President of Maintenance for Jeff Foster Trucking, one of Amsoil's prized over-the-road trucking fleet customers. Sean, give us a little background on Jeff Foster Trucking. It's a company that has grown quite rapidly over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been in business since 1981. Jeff had started as a flatbed company. Used to work as selling welding supplies for Williams Welding in Duluth. Figured that he needed to start hauling supplies, so he started a small six-fleet trucking company in 81. And then he seemed to grow every year. He got 3-4 more drivers, and then back in 1987 was Jeff's first purchase of a brand new Kenworth T600. And then after that, van fleet started to come in factor where flatbeds customers wanted us to haul freight in dry vans, so we purchased 10 dry vans in 88, and every year we put about 30 to 40 more trucks onto our fleet and try new avenues. We're into bulk transport now. We haul clean chemical tankers. We're into aggregate, hauling logs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If we can haul it or put it on our trailer in our van, we try to do it in some shape or form.
And the fleet is how big now?
We have 215 trucks and 515 trailers as of today. Looking at purchasing probably about another 50 new van trailers to not only haul Amsoil but other products in the Northland. There's more call for it.
The relationship that Amsoil has forged with this company is a very solid one, and it goes back a few years. You were here at the ground floor when all of that got started. What were some of the issues that this truck fleet was dealing with that actually led to your relationship with Amsoil?
Back in 1996, we had about 25 T600 Kenworths with N14 Cummins in there. We had some soot problems. Fuel economy wasn't the best, and climate we live up here in the Northland, it's cold. In the winter, trucks have a hard time starting. We were using just the petroleum oil that comes stock from the factory in the trucks. Really didn't know much about synthetics. When Amsoil came to us and said, would you be up for a test on trying this synthetic oil in 5 or 10 of your trucks to see if we can reduce maintenance, drain intervals, soot levels, and even cold startups. And we said, yeah, we'll gladly take a shot at it. From there, we started testing, and we ran the trucks 120,000 miles on the Amsoil, and we kept 5 trucks on petroleum oil and changed those at 20,000 miles.
Were you a little skeptical at first, and were you amazed at the results?
Well, we were skeptical because, I mean, I had heard, and the other people in the company have heard, that running synthetic oils, if you don't put it in from new, or if you do put it in from new, you got oil leaks, you got seals that dry out. All that is false. Today's trucks, we get them from the factory. We drain the oil out and put Amsoil on the day they come here. I start them fresh. I've never had a problem with Amsoil. We were skeptical on, the soot levels and the fuel economy. But after the first probably 6 months of the test going on, we got into the winter. We started it in, I think it was July. So the summer wasn't too bad, but when we started getting into the cold weather, we really noticed that how easy the truck turning over, how quick they'd fire. There was oil pressure right away. Petroleum oil, if you start a truck when it's 20 below out, I mean, there's a hesitation of oil pressure. With Amsoil, we ran 5W30 back then. As a test oil, it was right there. I mean, you had 10 pounds oil pressure at key startup, and then it went up to 40. It was unbelievable.
How many products are you using? What types of products are you using from Amsoil?
The Amsoil filters as our full flow oil filters. We do run some bypass filtration systems on our trucks. We can go to 100,000 miles on them. We do run, to this day, we just switched all of our oil over to the new CJ4 540 DAO. I run that in all my trucks, new and old. I am running the 50 weight synthetic tranny fluid in my trucks. All my differentials have the 7590 synthetic Amsoil in them, which we are in testing right now with them. Hopefully have it proven in the next couple months, but otherwise, wiper blades we've used from Amsoil. Pretty much all products I've tried and still are using to this day. Amsoil, since day one, has been a great resource. Since day one, we've done oil testing. To this day, I do oil testing. I mean, just the support on different ways, different solutions we can, better our engines, reduce my maintenance costs. It's all come from Amsoil. And just the knowledge and the graphs and the stuff they put together, I don't really have to do to, show it. They can show me. And I've done the research too, try to back up their data, and it's right on.
The benefit of using our product and having the results that you've gotten from the testing, without putting a dollar figure on it, it has obviously been a very sound improvement to this company's bottom line, has it not?
Yes, bottom line, not putting dollar figures, I mean, fuel economy is by far a big problem in trucking, especially when fuel prices were $4 or $5 a gallon. Amsoil, even if you save 0.3 of a gallon, which we save probably more than that with Amsoil, is unbelievable. The reduced soot levels, the reduced maintenance costs. When I say that is the engines. You pull any of my engines or rear ends or trannies apart, they're clean. I don't have bearing issues. I'm doing some testing right now. It's got probably 25 trucks that are 1,000,000 miles that have been on Amsoil since day one that we're going to probably pull apart and look at, which will be great knowledge for you and myself to see what it's actually capable of doing. The biggest thing is drain intervals. Extended drain intervals have helped my fleet huge because we're not changing oil every day. We can do other maintenance issues like wheel seals and trannies if we got to do a tranny or a tire or lights. We're not changing oil every day, which my mechanics like.
You don't outsource either. You do all your own maintenance here, so obviously when you can extend that drain interval, you're going to have the trucks on the road a lot longer, and you're certainly going to take some of the stress off your staff here.
Right. All my work is done in this shop that we're standing in. All 215 trucks are serviced in this shop. All 515 trailers are serviced in this shop. A lot of places don't have Amsoil, and then I'd have to, trucks would have to carry it. I don't like to change oil on the road because it won't have Amsoil in there, and then we got to start all over. It's just been a great fit.
Not all of your trucks, but a select few, at least the trailers, actually have some of the Amsoil racing teams and the big Amsoil wraps on those. I would imagine that you do that gladly and willingly because the product has been such a gold mine for your company.
Al came to us and said, do you want to do some trailers? And we did. I think we got 15. We're doing another 10 starting in the next couple of weeks. They're going to do another 10 trailers, and then they're talking maybe another 20 after that because we're getting probably 20 more new ones. It's been a great relationship. This is a family-owned business and sort of like Amsoil. And Jeff and Al have been just great friends, so it's just worked out. Why not? Plus, it makes our trailers look, awesome going down the road when you see that big boat or motorcycle on the side. Anything that says Amsoil on it, people always, you always see gear, you always see stickers on the back of windows wherever you go in the States. So
you probably become a customer for life too, and your family vehicles and the power sports applications that you have at home. Was that the case once you realized that Amsoil could help this fleet, that you were sold on it as an individual consumer as well?
Yes, I got it in my cars, my snowmobiles, my four-wheeler, my boat, anything that you guys make that I can put it in, I do. And that's another thing. You go to you call them, you go online, and you can look up your filter number and stuff. There's no guessing. You go to an auto parts store and you don't know what you're getting. I got it in everything, and I know Jeff does, and I think some of the mechanics even do. They like the product.
My father got the idea for Amsoil from flying Air Force jets. During his career, he learned that jet engines used only synthetic oils. They have to endure extreme heat, they have to endure extreme cold, and so he took that idea and said, why can't we apply that to automobiles?
We're committed to all of our local vendors. We buy local first. That's our main objective. Buy local whenever we can, and that's what we do.
So purchasing is going to provide the best quality raw materials. They're going to arrive either by train car, truckload, or by a van trailer for raw materials to be delivered to our location. Those are tested by the laboratory and verified to meet our high quality standards.
Synthetic base oils contain very little contaminants.
Synthetics are built where conventionals are refined. You're taking out imperfections as best you can, and conventional will still leave some in there, Whereas a synthetic, we can build it as clean or we can build it as pure as we want it to right in the lab.
Synthetic lubricants are designed to resist oxidation. Petroleum-based lubricants come from the ground and they're lightly refined. They have a number of sites on the base oil backbone that are susceptible to attachment of oxygen, which then leads to sludge development. Synthetic lubricants are designed such that they have very little room for attachment onto the backbone molecule, and as such they last a lot longer.
From the chemical laboratory, we have a fully equipped mechanical laboratory where we can take what we believe to be accurate in the chemical side of it and put it to test in the mechanical side of it.
We are stressing lubricants to the max in this lab. Because we're starting off with the Amsoil synthetic formulation that works really, really well, when you try to improve that formulation, you really have to have tests in place that stress the lubricant to the extreme. Our motor oils run through a test called a 3G test. This 3G test is a certified test that the industry uses to test motor oils. During this test, we run at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a lot higher than your normal running temperature of your engine, which is about 195. All of our oils come down and they go through this 100-hour test, and it simulates about 50,000 miles in the field if you make it through this test. We recently just passed a double-length 3G test, and it was the first time basically ever that a manufacturer has passed a double-length 3G.
Ever since the very beginning, we did a lot of comparative sales, and we were always the best, and our goal is to continue to make only the best oils that outperform everything else in the marketplace. That's our goal, and we're always striving for that.